In a quiet little town surrounded by green hills lived a boy named Toby who had an immense love for drawing. He didn't have fancy paints or brushes, just a stick and the soft brown sand behind his mother's house. Every evening he drew birds, rivers, and faces in the sand until the wind blew them away. One hot afternoon, while sketching under a mango tree, an old traveler passed by. His clothes were dusty, his beard long, and his eyes sparkled with kindness. He watched Toby draw for a while and smiled. "You draw with so much life," said the traveler. "But what if your drawings could truly come alive?" Before Toby could answer, the man handed him a small, shining brush, its handle carved from wood, its bristles glowing softly in the sun. "This is a magic brush," the man whispered. "Use it wisely. Paint only what is good and kind." Then, as quickly as he appeared, the old man disappeared down the road. Toby was amazed. He rushed home and dipped the brush into a little bowl of water. To his surprise, colors appeared, bright reds, deep blues, and sunny yellows. He painted a bird on the wall, and the bird fluttered out, chirping happily into the sky. The next day, Toby set up his easel in the village square, determined to create something beautiful for those in need. He dipped his brush into bright colors, imagining food for hungry children, water for dry fields, and shoes for those who had none. As the images came to life, the whole village gathered around their faces, lighting up with hope and joy. They cheered and called him the Painter of Miracles, their voices echoing through the streets like a sweet melody. But one greedy man in the village grew jealous of Toby's fame and decided to take matters into his own hands. He stole the brush from Toby's easel and began to paint grand palaces and piles of gold for himself. However, the brush refused to work for him. Every time he tried, his drawings turned to dust before his eyes. When the brush finally returned to Toby, he smiled, understanding the lesson imparted by the traveler. He knew what the traveler meant by paint only what is good and kind, and that inspired him to create even more meaningful art. So Toby continued to use his gift, not for riches or fame, but to brighten the world around him one color at a time.